Alright, Carl here today with another YouTube video. I'm bringing it to you this week. It's part 2 to the marriage videos. I have a few things to go over with today. According to James chapter 1, if we need wisdom, if we believe and don't doubt, God will give us that wisdom. So the Lord give me a few more things to talk about this week. You always hear about godliness in the church and how to be godly, but I'm going to touch on some things today which you may have never heard on before. First of all, Ephesians 5:1-2 says, be imitators of God. So being godly is imitating Christ. What would Christ do? How did Christ treat his wife? We have that in the scriptures. God has been married to the church or to Israel since the beginning of time. So we have how he treats his wife. Number 2, 2 Peter 1:4 says, we share in the divine nature of God. You know, our wives symbolize the church and we symbolize Christ. And so we do share, we can learn from our marriages about the relationship between God and man. 1 Timothy 4:8 says, train yourself in godliness. Now that was to the evangelist first of all, but it's also to all of us, train ourselves in godliness. So, we will be persecuted if we're godly, but I'm going to go over a few godly things right now for us to look at that we may never heard of before. The first one is found in Ephesians 4:8, Jesus gave gifts to his people. Now, his people is his bride, it's his wife. And so give gifts to your wife. Whatever she likes, whether it be flowers or a potted plant or whatever, give gifts to your wife. Yeah, that is godliness. Jesus gave gifts to his wife, so we should give gifts to our wives. Women love that. Remember, this is things you may never heard of before. Number 2, Ephesians 5:22 says, wives be submissive. My elder told me one time, he said, listen, submit is a word that women hate. They struggle with it more than anything else. We struggle with other things, but they struggle with that. We have to be patient with them and kind to them. But basically, if we want them to submit to us, we must be the leaders in submitting to Jesus Christ. So do me a favor, get the law of Christ. I'm going to leave it in the comments below. Get the law of Christ and go through it and just start submitting to everything that Christ has for us to do in this world. And teach your wife what it means to submit. You'll find that you'll learn obedience, just like Christ did on this earth, through submitting to the law of Christ. All right? Number 3, the last and final thing, is Hosea. If you read that prophetic book, God's wife committed adultery on him. And he didn't divorce her. He still married her. And so I would say this is a very hard thing to say. Matthew 5 says if our wives cheat on us, we can divorce them. But I would say if you want to truly be an imitator of God, then do not divorce your wife if she cheats on you. That's my lesson today. Thank you and God bless.